Hey everybody, what's up? Leonardo 2003 here, and we're back to review episode 6B of Rise of the TMNT, Minotaur Maze. But I don't even know if you can call this episode 6B. You might as well just put an asterisk in front of the title, because this series is not just airing out of episode order, but the episode order itself is chronologically wrong. Just wait and see for yourself, guys. But don't think for a second that I didn't enjoy this episode, because it was actually one of the best so far. The episode starts off just how a Ninja Turtles episode should. The guys are on top of the rooftops in the shadows of the night practicing their ninjutsu, more specifically, their mystic weapon powers. The guys are laughing at Leo, since he's having some problems getting the hang of his portal power. And this isn't the first time that we've seen Leo struggle with his power since the first episode. But his practical use to use his portal as a way to easily scratch his shell was excellent. Next is where the episode actually made me smile. It made me feel good. It made me feel like watching this show is actually worth it. Remember that crystal that Donnie took from the underground city in episode 1? Yeah, here it is. I knew that the writers couldn't just forget about it, since they made it a point that he took it in the episode, but just seeing this continuity and sort of a little story being told is really refreshing. Donnie was able to put the crystal to great use. From its powers, he is now able to see all of the hidden mystic energy throughout the city. Right on cue, he spots a grandma walking down the road, but under his crystal-powered glasses, he sees it's a fiery mutant. Then, we see the mutant open up a wall portal to a secret mystic pizza joint. The turtles are very surprised, and so am I. Before I explain, I'll continue on with the episode. The turtles check out the scene, and Leonardo attempts to use his hand to open the portal. He fails, and then Raphael somehow opens it. The turtles enter, and now let's pause for a moment. This is episode 6B, or at least it's supposed to be. We really need damn episode production codes. So in this episode, the turtles have never seen this mystic pizza place before. But in episode 5A, The Fast and the Furious, the turtles enter this pizza place like it's one of their hangout spots. It's bad enough that they don't air the episodes in order, but now the order is just wrong. We have nothing to go by for this show's chronological order. It just sucks for us big fans who want to enjoy these episodes in the proper way. But anyway, the turtles enter and see all of these new mutants hanging out. And that kinda does look like the mutant Baxter Stockman, doesn't it? The turtles actually like this place a lot. Usually, they're outcast mutants, but here, they feel like normal mutants. The turtles all grab a seat, but Leonardo gets distracted by a mystical room that reads, "Prove you're a champion." Along the walls are pictures of those who became champion, and there's a cool little Easter egg here. There's a rhino and a warthog on the walls, an obvious reference to Bebop and Rocksteady. Do I think that this is anything more than just an Easter egg? Not at all. This is just something fun that the writers and animators did. Having this huge wall of mutants shows that the mutants have been around in this universe for quite some time now. Before Leonardo can enter this contest, or actually this maze, he is stopped by a skeleton guy that we've seen before, but I guess we actually weren't supposed to see him before. This Bone Man is really funny, and I enjoy his dialogue a lot. His name is Senor Hueso, and he is voiced by Eric Bauza, the same voice as Master Splinter, and many other characters. He informs Leo that this is a maze, known as the Maze of Death, and if he gets to the end, he gets his picture on the wall and the world's greatest pizza. The only catch is, no mystic powers allowed. Leo signs his brothers up for this maze, and before they can even think twice, they enter. As you can see, this maze looks pretty giant, so the turtles have their work cut out for them. After some Raph and Leo bickering, they stumble upon the pizza being made. We see a giant mutant cheese grater, rolling pin, pizza slicer, and brick oven. And before you say it, this is hardly a reference to the Shredder. I doubt the writers were even thinking it. But hearing Raph call him Shredhead really made me upset that we don't have a Shredder yet in this series. These pizza cooking mutants are not friendly, and immediately attack the turtles. The pizza slicer mutant was actually pretty cool, and obviously very lethal. Raph actually tried using his Smash Jitsu, but Leo quickly stopped that, since they'd get disqualified. After a typical 45-second Rise of the TMNT battle, the Turtles quickly defeat the wacky mutants and are close to the end of the maze. But out of nowhere, the Turtles fall into a deadly trap. The walls are caving in with spikes and fire. Did this scene remind anybody of that awesome 2003 series scene where Donnie saved the Turtles? Anyways, Leo and Raph argue some more, but they then realize that time is of the essence. Their only option is for Leo to make a portal, breaking the rules in the process. But Leonardo is pulling a Raph and is crumbling under the pressure. I could smell his nervous sweat from here. He doesn't have the mystic mojo that he needs, but after a hilarious pep talk from Raph and one or two more fails, Leo finally makes the life-saving portal. The portal leads the Turtles to the end of the maze, but not so fast. The assistant manager of the maze knows that the Turtles cheated, so the maze begins to attack them. After being captured, the crazy assistant manager reveals herself as a mutant bull, ready to destroy the Turtles. Her name is Minotaur, which is a mythical half-bull, half-human figure. But Leo's guilty conscience kicks in, admitting that he made the portal and that he was the cheater, not his brothers. But before she can punish anyone, Leo uses her pizza competitiveness against her. He talks her into letting them try the pizza, which they definitely enjoyed. All that's left is for Leo to be photographed on the Wall of Champions, but instead, they all end up on the Wall of Cheaters. This episode was all in all pretty awesome. It was the proper debut of Señor Hueso and the Mystic Pizza Parlor. Although I've already voiced my displeasure on the episode airing order, I can't stress it enough that it is very annoying. You may not think so, but it definitely grinds my gears. Also, Donnie whipping out that purple crystal that he got in the first episode was fantastic. It was made even better by the fact that its powers give the Turtles a crazy advantage for seeing other mutants. Not all mutants are good guys, obviously, so I'm sure that Donnie will use those goggles to spot bad guy mutants as the series goes on. That's all that this show has to do to make me happy, and many other fans too. Simple little plot lines like this. It shows that the writers actually care about the fans, and aren't just making these episodes as 100% standalones. This was definitely a Leonardo episode. From the beginning, with him being the center of attention not being able to use his portal power correctly, to him getting his brothers into the trouble of the maze. Of course, he is the one that got them out of all of their problems as well. This episode can perfectly epitomize who Leonardo is in this series. He's a jokester, whose priorities are definitely not in check, but he shows a lot of potential. If you never saw this series, you'd be certain that I was talking about Mikey. He enters a risky maze only because he wants to be called champion and gets some free pizza. If that's not Mikey, I don't know what is. I guess I don't know because now it's Leo. But whatever, Ben Schwartz is so talented that he makes this Leonardo work. He limits his one-liners and delivers his other sarcastic comments perfectly. This episode was a solid 9 out of 10 in my opinion. Extremely small advancements in the plot were made, which is better than none at all. The maze itself wasn't the most entertaining thing in the world, it was very short, but I still enjoyed it. Also, Minotaur was definitely voiced by the same woman who voiced the referee from Shell in a Cell, the previous episode. The voices were nearly identical. So guys, tell me what you thought about this episode in the comment section down below. I read each and every comment from you guys, and I always try to let you guys know how much I appreciate all of the support. For whatever reason, they decided to air episode 8A, The Longest Fight, after this episode. I don't know why they had to skip 7A and 7B, but that's just what they decided to do. There's no rhyme or reason to this episode order at all. But episode 8A, The Longest Fight, will be my next episode review, so keep your eye out for that. Hopefully I'll have it out in just one more day. So thank you guys for watching, and peace out.